The third generation of Kia ProCeed was shown in 2017 as a project, and almost unchanged it went into production. And with that fact, it makes a big difference. Hello from Auto Start Test and welcome to our review of the all-new Kia ProCeed. The Kia ProCeed came onto the market in 2019. It's a shame it doesn't look like the initial design, but it looks very good anyway, especially looking at the car from the side and the rear. The car looks really very good. The rear part looks fantastic. Pay attention to the boot door. Its edge is also the most advanced part of the car. Absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, the front is not that spectacular and resembles the Ceed model, which is a pity because if the front would look as good as the rear of the car would catch other groups of customers. Let's take a look inside the vehicle. Despite the fact that the dashboard looks exactly like the one from the Ceed model, in ProCeed we feel like we are in a car of higher class. Everything here looks rich, and every detail in the dashboard has been refined to perfection. The steering wheel is perfect. It's better than the one from the Ceed model, just because it's thinner and it fits better on the hands. We start the car with the start button, which is not visible, just like in the Ceed model. In the central part we have a touchscreen exactly like the Ceed model. Now I'm sure that after a facelift, ProCeed will get a new touchscreen, then some, which is currently in the Ceed and the new Niro. A little lower, an air conditioning panel, and what I love about Kia is the buttons for heating the seats and the steering wheel. I recommend these features to everyone, it works really well. A little below, a shelf for our phone, which is also an induction charger. At the bottom, a lockable storage compartment, USB, aux, and 12-volt sockets. The middle tunnel has a gear stick of an automatic 7-speed gearbox, with the option of manual gear shift on the steering wheel. Then 2 places for drinks of different diameter, and a standard problem, but moving the armrest you can just use one cup holder. We also have a small compartment for keys or other small things. The armrest between the front seats is not very soft, those in the doors are softer. Under the armrest we have a medium-sized storage compartment with a soft finish on the bottom. However, the storage compartment doesn't pass my depth test. The glove compartment in the front of the passenger is exactly the same as in the Kia model. Inside, enough space for the standard Kia Bible and a few small things. Interestingly, the backlight looks like LED. Unfortunately, the backlight in the upper part has ordinary light bulbs. And now time for a driving experience. The tested model had a 1.4 litre petrol engine and 140 horsepower, the whole thing completed with a 7-speed automatic transmission. Like all Kia models, the ProCeed also performs great. Power steering works with perfect precision, very precise steering system. The car reacts to even the slightest movement of the steering wheel, which in my opinion is great. The line assistant works a little differently in each Kia model. In the ProCeed, we have a sound effect first and then the system corrects the direction of travel to keep us between the lines of the road. The suspension is stiff but very well suppresses all the bumps on the road. The car has on the clock 904 miles so far, and the average fuel consumption over this distance was 31.4 mpg. Now of course this result can be improved, but having such a good looking car with a sports character doesn't really make sense to think about a high mpg. This car is supposed to give driving pleasure, and it really does. The automatic transmission performs perfectly, only sometimes when starting off there's a slight delay felt. I had a similar reaction when I met the Sorento model. The start-stop system has probably already been improved on each of the Kia models and works smoothly in ProCeed. Nothing jerks and nothing slows the car down. It's perfect. Also noteworthy are the seats. They look very good and are very comfortable. The part we're sitting on is a little longer than standard, which gives excellent support for our thighs, even for a tall driver like myself. The car also offers us a sport mode which really works more on our imagination and hearing, creating a special sound effect. The engine in sport mode will reduce the higher RPM on each gear. At the front, even a tall driver will find plenty of legroom and headroom for 5 fingers. Interestingly, this part of the cockpit has been designed differently than on the passenger side. As a driver, I do not feel my knee touching any hard parts of the dashboard, and I have definitely more legroom. The door was also made perfectly. The upper part and central part is very soft. The armrest is also very comfortable, and below we have a pocket for small items and a place for a bottle. Seating behind my seat driving position, I didn't have enough legroom in the back. I blame the boot for it, but I'll say more about that in a moment. Above my head, room for 2 fingers. If the driver's seat in front of me would be lower, I would have enough space. On the back, you'll also find a very comfortable armrest with places for drinks. We also have a pocket on the back of the seats in front of us. Air vents, 1 backlight and 2 hooks. On the back seat, there's enough room for 2 adults and 1 child. Let's take a look at the boot. The boot capacity is 594 litres. The boot is huge and very functional. There's space for several quite spacious storage compartments under the floor. After folding the backrest, we get 1,545 litres. The competition should really learn from the ProCeed. In summary, the Kia ProCeed can surprise in every respect. The car is great to drive, it looks good on the inside and outside. This is an excellent proposition for someone who likes to stand out from the crowd, for someone who likes dynamic driving, and for someone who's looking for a car with large luggage space. If the ProCeed was offered with hybrid drive, this really would be my perfect car. And what do you think about the Kia ProCeed? Please let me know in the comments below. Time to say goodbye. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Take care of yourselves and your 4 wheels, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye from Auto Start Test.